He's on too many drugs. Right? Honestly, I mean, if anyone's gonna have the gun, I think Kermit is a fine choice, you know what I mean? I think he'd be too, like, I don't know if we should do this, you know? Like, I think he's the perfect one to be holding the gun. If you give the gun to Miss Piggy, no one is safe. You know what I mean? She's just gonna be using it. That's like a tier ranking list, right? Like, which Muppet would I trust with a gun? I think Kermit is the safest bet. I honestly think that Kermit is like S tier. We can trust that boy with a gun. Fozzie, I think, is too clumsy, right? He's gonna be like telling a joke or something. He's gonna be gesticulating with his hands and it's gonna go off and it's to comedic effect. But still, I don't think we need that in our lives. You just create Chekhov's gun by giving it to Fozzie of all the Muppets. Same with Gonzo. I trust Gonzo with a gun more than Fozzie. Let me look up all the Muppets. Gonzo would be too nervous to misuse the gun. You're right, that's right. Gonzo has anxiety. And that's the difference, right, between Gonzo and Fozzie having a gun. Is that it's safer with Gonzo because of the anxiety in that boy. Or that thing, whatever's going on with Gonzo. You know, the gender ambiguous Gonzo. Pepe, I can see being really good with the gun, surprisingly. I think Pepe is like a straight shooter, like he regularly does practice. Maybe he owns several firearms. Rizzo, I don't think he's the right size for a human firearm, you know what I mean? Like the gun is like bigger than him or like the same size. So I think he's really gotta like pick it up like this and have his both hands covering the trigger in order to fire it, and then he fires it and he goes yahoo, like goofy, like whoa, like flying backwards. So I don't think he could be trusted with it just because of that. Animal, fucking forget it. He has legal things on him where he can't hold firearms. He's not allowed to touch one or be within the vicinity of one. Constantine, don't give him a gun. I think Constantine has a gun canonically, right? Does Constantine have a gun? I wouldn't give him the gun just because I don't know, like, I don't think he knows what he's gonna do with it. He's just gonna be like, oh shit, oh, I don't know, man. What am I supposed to do with this? He's a good boy. I can see him being pretty good first time. Like not having any knowledge about guns. I think Rolf would be able to use it well. And I don't know why, maybe just based on courage. You know, like you get enough, like this adrenaline going through you and you can just rip up the car even though you couldn't under normal circumstances. I think Rolf would have the gun in his hand and if someone is in trouble, he would just be able to be like, pa pa pa. He would hold it with perfect precision and just like know what he's doing. He's on too many drugs. Right? He's gotta be. I would not trust anyone on LSD to hold a weapon. He probably owns nunchucks or something crazy. He lets you smoke pot in his van or whatever's happening, and then he's like, yo, watch this, and he'll like pull out the nunchucks and like try to do it, and he's kind of good at it, surprisingly. That's his stimming thing, and he's just gonna do that for 45 minutes straight while you're just tripping out just looking at him. Scooter, I'm so sorry, buddy. No one is giving you the gun. No one is handing it to you. Under no circumstances is anyone gonna trust you with the gun. You're nearsighted, my dear love. You got anxiety also, but unlike Gonzo, it's not gonna come down to that. We gotta give Gonzo the gun more than you. Scooter's gonna shoot something, barely aiming, just going, bah! And it's gonna ricochet off and hit him somehow. You're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. I am sorry. Now this is the Muppet from the recent movie, right? So I trust him because he's a main character. You know, he's got main character energy. And so he's kind of in the same wheelhouse as Scooter, but he's got the main character syndrome on his side, so he can be trusted with the gun. Scooter would fire it blindly and it would ricochet off something and hit him in the foot. This guy is gonna shoot blindly, it's gonna ricochet off and hit the target that they need. It's not gonna hit the villain, but it is gonna hit like a bucket or something or other that's gonna like cause a Rube Goldberg effect machine, and it's gonna roll and it's gonna like hit the villain somehow. I hate this. I don't know what this is. Is this just a Donald Trump puppet? Maybe he's an anchor man. Maybe I've seen him before. Keep him away from the gun. He's got hiding a zombie bite energy. I love Beaker. Beaker, you have way too much anxiety for a gun. I don't think we should give Beaker the gun. I trust the chicken with the gun. Weirdly, right? Even though she doesn't have thumbs, it would just all work out in the end. She's in the same camp as Pepe, where I just believe they would just pick up the gun and immediately be able to use it perfectly. Who's this? Drugs. Too many drugs. Don't give anyone on drugs the gun. Don't do it. I think he'd be a little nervous about operating it, but he'd also be in the camp of like firing it wildly, but I think he would look with both his eyes. He wouldn't close his eyes and fire. He'd be like, yes, okay, we're doing this now. And I think he could do some pretty good aiming and some damage with that. I can trust him with the gun. What is this? What is this? You know, my first instinct was to say no, but also I think he's got chaos on his side. He's largely there for comic effect, right? So I think giving him a gun would yield good results. I wouldn't know what the fuck he's doing. He'd be like, I just feel like he would aim not good, but also the ricochet effect, you know? That's probably a tier, right? Is firing the gun and it would ricochet off something. And either that would be a good result or a bad result. No, I don't think so, buddy. Your uncle can be trusted with the gun. You're a child. We should not give either of these guys the gun. Too old. Instincts too slow. They'd be riffing off each other. The danger's coming their way that they need the gun for. They'd be like making jokes to each other, being like, "Hey, what's up with this guy?" One of them's loading it, and the other one's like, "You're doing it wrong." And the other would be like, "That's not what your mom said last night." I trust him with the gun. I know nothing about this guy, and I trust him with the gun. I have no further explanation. No, Miss Piggy. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No gun for you. This guy doesn't need a gun. This guy's swallowing the gun and then punching the villain in the face. Doesn't have time for it. Sam the Eagle stays inside watching war documentaries. He can be trusted with the gun. I think it's one of those cases where he has studied guns so much. He's watched so much programming on them. He knows exactly how to take one apart and polish it and put it right back together. But once he has it and it's go time, he's not going to be able to hit his target because he's never shot one before. You know, he's one of those people that's like, I know everything about this thing. And then your first time using it, it's just garbage. I think we've hit all the Muppets. All the main Muppets. Thank you for going down that fucking rabbit hole with me. And thank you to my wonderful patrons. These videos would not be possible without you. I say gun a lot, so I don't think this is gonna be monetized. So literally, thank you. You have literally made this video possible. I want to give a special thank you to my upper tier sponsor people. Here's the silver sponsors. Here we go. Bria Katrina, Cyberlink420, Dan Millington, Giselle Nara, Marie Byrne, Neve Kinor, Pocket Jawa, Punk Rock Butterfly, and Zoe. Thank y'all so much. I want to give a super special shout out to my wonderful gold sponsor. I don't know why I said it like that. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Sam. Sam, thank you so much for being my sole gold sponsor right now. But one more tier. Look at this. My diamond sponsors: Breadsynth, EPAM, Stefan Stahlheim, and Tsukiyomi. Thank you so much. Really appreciate y'all. I've been very busy lately and I haven't been able to make videos, but this one I was able to make because I was Twitch streaming and it came up organically at the beginning of the stream, and I was like, you know what? I haven't done anything for my patrons in a while because I've been doing stuff. But thank you. Really appreciate y'all. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you.